Hello there, everyone. It is your coach Nadia here, and today we are getting into a strength based flow. This is an intermediate practice, so I recommend it for people who have done a little bit of yoga in the past. Please excuse my appearance in the video as it was filmed after a super long day of teaching that started before 8 a.m. But trust me, the practice is one that you're going to want to repeat time and time again. So let's get started. Begin on hands and knees with your knees wide. I like to take my feet wide too. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Inhale, shrug your shoulders toward your ears, and exhale, rock your hips forward to your heels and lower your torso down to the mat. Begin to deepen your breath. Inhale, fill up your belly fully and completely. Exhale, soften your belly, release every last sip of breath. Again, inhale, fill up your belly, expand your rib cage. Exhale, soften your rib cage, soften your belly. Inhale, fill up your belly, expand your rib cage, and open your heart. Exhale, soften your heart, your rib cage, and your belly. Continue at your own breath's pace, inhaling to open your entire torso, and exhaling to soften and ground. With each round of breath, allow yourself to arrive more fully and completely on your mat and become present with your breath and with your body. I also invite you to set an intention for today's practice and take it with you as we move today. Inhale, stretch your fingertips towards the top of your mat. Then exhale, rock forward onto hands and knees. Stack your wrists and shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Inhale, lower your belly towards the mat, arch your back, lift your heart. Then exhale, draw your belly in, round your spine. Again, inhale, arch your back, lift your heart. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Continue like that, or if you'd like, tuck your toes under. You can inhale to arch your back, lift your heart. And exhale, draw your belly in, round to downward facing dog. Inhale to lower your knees, arch your back, lift your tailbone, lift your heart. Then exhale, draw your belly in, round your spine, lift your knees, and send your hips backing up. One more time. Inhale, lower your knees towards the mat, lift your heart towards the sky. Exhale, draw your belly in, round your spine. If you're at table, lift your knees off the mat and send your hips backing up to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend one knee, look underneath your opposite shoulder. Then exhale, switch sides. Then the other knee, other leg lengthens. Inhale, one knee bends, look underneath your opposite shoulder. Exhale to switch. One more on each side. Inhale, twist to one side. Exhale, twist to the other. Good. Pause in the center, put both heels down to the ground. Inhale, look forward between your hands, lift your heels high up off the mat. Then exhale, walk your feet forward. Forward bend, feet as wide as your mat. Let your head release towards the floor, release your arms. Inhale, lift up halfway, point your heart forward, connect your shoulders together on your back. Exhale, fold over your legs, bend your knees a lot. Then inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Reach your arms to the sky and connect your palms at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Turn towards the long edge of your mat and take a big step to the side so your feet are nice and wide. Whew, find that balance. We'll inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. And then exhale, take your left hand down, your right arm overhead, side bend. Inhale, lift up. Touch your fingertips together. And exhale, right hand down, left arm overhead. Again, inhale, lift up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hand down, side bend. Inhale, lift up, reach high. Exhale, side bend. One more on each side. Inhale, lift, fingertips touch. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift up, fingertips touch. Exhale, side bend. Then inhale, lift up, touch your hands together at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer. Turn towards the front of your mat and step forward. We'll inhale, reach both arms towards the sky. And exhale, bring your fingertips behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Draw your shoulder blades together and hug your elbows towards one another. Inhale, point your heart up. Draw your knuckles down towards the floor. Feet are hip distance apart. Exhale, bend your knees just a bit and hinge forward halfway. If the bind doesn't feel quite right, you can always release it. Draw your shoulders together on your back and point your heart forward. Try to maintain a flat back position. So that means to bend your knees a little more to lengthen your spine. We'll inhale, release the hands. And exhale, fold over your legs. Plant both hands on your mat and step your feet back to high plank. Always an option to lower your knees if you'd like. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, slowly lower down all the way to your belly. Bring your hands by the side of your rib cage, feet hip distance apart. Draw your shoulders together on your back, tuck your tailbone, and inhale, lift your chest a few inches off the mat. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift your chest, lengthen your arms this time. Slight bend in your elbows, shoulders back, heart up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up, lengthen your arms. An option to lift your thighs off the floor for upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Shift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Pause there. And deepen your breath. Remember to grip the floor with your finger pads. Inhale, shrug your shoulders toward your ears to lengthen your side body. Exhale, soften between your shoulders, melt your heart towards the mat. Put a soft bend in your knees so your hips can press back and your back can lengthen. Inhale, lift your heels nice and high. Exhale, hop, step, or walk your feet to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reach your arms to the sky and connect your palms at the top. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down for chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Slight tuck in your tailbone. Make sure to shift your hips back towards the wall behind you. Good, keep breathing. Point your heart forward. Always an option to reach your arms towards the sky. Take a few pulses with your legs, shifting your hips back with each pulse. For 4, 3, 2, pause here. Inhale, stretch and lengthen through your arms. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, plant your hands, step both feet to the back of your mat. High plank position. Option to lower your knees. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head. Exhale, bend your elbows lower halfway. Then inhale, choose your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, shift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Just a reminder, downward facing dog is a good place to rest, or child's pose if you ever need a break throughout your practice. If downward facing dog is not the right pose for you, you can come to tabletop with your knees on the ground. Inhale, stretch your right leg high. Point your foot, spread your toes. Then exhale, draw your knee towards your chest, rock forward. Inhale, send your right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, send your foot up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee across your body. One more time, inhale, send your foot up and back. Then exhale, step your foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down to the mat, so the outer edge of your foot is parallel to the back edge. And inhale, lift up, sweep your hands over the tops of your feet for warrior two. Keep stretching your fingertips from wall to wall. Deep bend in your right knee, long left leg. And find your breath. Option to find a gentle pulse in your right leg. Stay steady and grounded through your feet. Then pause. We'll inhale, straighten your right leg. Bring your left hand down to your thigh and your right arm to the sky. As you exhale, spin your left hip towards the front. Inhale, stretch your right arm up even higher, shoulders together on your back. And exhale, find a gentle back bend here for your reverse triangle. Find the connection between your shoulder blades, a nice gentle lift in your heart towards the sky. Your feet should be hugging toward one another to turn on your inner thighs. Take one more inhale here, stretch back. Exhale, bend your right knee back to warrior two. Send your gaze over your fingertips. We'll inhale, straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm up and back. Then exhale, bend your knee, warrior two. One more time, inhale, straighten your leg. Reach your right arm back. Exhale, bend your knee, warrior two. Pause here for a breath or two. Big inhale to stretch and lengthen through your fingertips. Then exhale, land your right hand to the inside of your right foot and send your left arm to the sky. Side angle pose. Option to send your arm overhead or take a different version, maybe a bind, half bind, or full. See if you can point your heart towards the side wall, shoulders together on your back. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. And exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, stretch and lengthen through your fingertips. Exhale, windmill your hands to frame your foot. Hinge over your right leg. Inhale, hop your left foot off the floor. And lift your torso up halfway, warrior three. See if you can point your heart towards the side wall or door wall in front of you. And square your hips towards the wall in front of you as well. Left toes face the floor. Big inhale, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, draw your knee towards your chest, hug it in. Then inhale, lift up. Take your foot with you or place your toe on the floor, palms facing the front. Option to send your arms up towards the sky. Keep drawing your shoulders together on your back. Stretch and lengthen, get tall. Big inhale here. Exhale, land your left foot on your mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Inhale, stretch your arms towards the sky. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, draw your knuckles towards the floor, your heart towards the sky. Then exhale, hinge forward halfway. Shoulders back, heart aimed forward. Tuck your chin so the top of your head reaches forward. Inhale, point your heart towards the wall in front of you. Option to lower your hands or keep the bind. As you exhale, roll down and bring your hands overhead. We'll stay for a few breaths. Throughout today's practice, we'll be opening those shoulders, opening your hips and your back. Any amount of bend in your knees is okay here. Stay with your breath, soften your shoulders. Point your heart towards your toes. One more inhale. Exhale, sweep your hands down, touch the floor, plant your hands, and step your feet back to high plank. Stop for your inhale. You can lower your knees if you'd like. Then exhale, bend your elbows, take your flow. High plank to low plank. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Then exhale, shift your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Another reminder, Your vinyasa is optional, so if you'd rather take a cat-cow, you can, or meet us directly in downward facing dog instead. Inhale, lengthen your left foot up and back towards the wall behind you. Point your foot, spread your toes. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, rock forward, mountain climber. Inhale, send your foot back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, send your foot back and up. Exhale, draw your knee across your body. One more time, inhale, send your foot back and up. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. This time, spin your right heel to the mat and scissor hug your feet to turn on your inner thighs. Inhale, rise up. Reach your hands over the horizon for warrior two. Your back foot faces the side wall. Your front foot faces the top of your mat. Each inhale, see if you can find length through your fingertips. And each exhale, ground down deeper into your legs. Option to find that pulse again. Stay with your long breaths. Pause here. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Right hand to your thigh, left arm to the sky. Exhale, spin your right hip towards your belly button and draw your left hip back. Reach your fingertips towards the sky on your inhale. Exhale, lean back, send your heart up. Remember, shoulders together on your back. Heart towards the sky, reverse triangle. Find a few more breaths here. Inhale, stretch and lengthen back. Exhale, bend your left knee, send your hands over the horizon, warrior two. Again, inhale, straighten your left leg, send your arm back towards the wall behind you. Exhale, bend your knee, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, lifts up, reach your left arm back. Exhale, bend your knee, hands over your feet. Pause here for your inhale. Stretch and lengthen. Exhale, bring your left hand down to the floor on the inside of your foot. And stretch your right arm towards the sky on your inhale. Side angle pose. Remember to keep the deep bend in your left knee, long right leg. Option to reach your arm overhead, palm facing the floor. Stay with your breath. Remember, you're welcome to take a different version of this pose if you like. Let's inhale that right arm high if it isn't already. Exhale back to warrior two. Lift your torso. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, windmill your hands to frame your foot. Let's hinge forward over your left leg. Inhale, hop your right foot up off the floor and lift your torso halfway. For warrior three, square your hips and tuck your back toes so they're aimed towards the floor. There's always an option to keep your hands on top of a set of blocks or fingertips on the mat. Inhale, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose, hug it in. And inhale, lift up, turn your palms forward. Option to reach your arms towards the sky, single-legged mountain. We'll take a few breaths here. See if you can draw your tailbone down and still lift your heart towards the sky. Big inhale, reach. Exhale, land your right foot. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms towards the sky. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw your knuckles towards the floor. Pause here for just a few moments. Option to keep this bind, or if you prefer, you can take reverse prayer. Bringing your palms together, switch your fingertips to face up towards the top of your shoulders. Inhale, point your heart forward and up. And exhale, hinge forward halfway. We'll stay for a few breaths again. Really opening up through the heart and the shoulders today. Tuck your chin to the top of your head, aims forward. We'll inhale, point your heart forward towards the front of your mat. And exhale, fold over. You can keep the bind or release it, your choice. And see if you can point your heart through the gate of your shoulders towards your toes. Inhale, release your hands, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, and take your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Pause for a few breaths in your downward facing dog. See if you can hold it there. You're welcome to rest in child's pose if you like for just a few breaths. We're going to go over that same sequence again a few more times, just a little bit faster. If you're in child's pose, make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands and spin your back heel to the floor. Inhale, lift up, reach your hands over the horizon for warrior two. Exhale, straighten your right leg, reach your right arm towards the sky, left hand to your thigh. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, stretch and lengthen through your fingers. Exhale, right hand down, left arm to the sky or overhead. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your fingertips to the floor and hinge over your right leg. Inhale, lift your left foot up off the floor, warrior three. Exhale, draw your knee towards your chest. And inhale, rise up, reach your arms towards the sky, single-legged mountain. Exhale, land your foot, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, find your bind, your choice. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward completely. Inhale, lift up halfway, release your hands. Exhale, plant your hands, hop or step back, take your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, spin the back heel down. Inhale, lift up, reach your hands over the horizon, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your left leg, reach your left arm towards the sky. Inhale, lean back, reach towards the wall behind you, reverse triangle. Exhale, back to warrior two, bend your knees. Stay here on your inhale, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, left hand down, right arm overhead. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands to frame your foot, hinge forward. Inhale, hop your back foot up off the mat, warrior three. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. Inhale, lift up, single-legged mountain. Exhale, land your foot, land your hand. Mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, choose your bind. Inhale, reach your heart towards the sky, option to mini back bend. Exhale, hinge forward completely, fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release your hands and take your flow. We meet in downward facing dog. One more time on each side. Inhale, stretch your right leg high. Point your foot, spread your toes. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, lift up. Reach your hands over your feet, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Reach your right arm towards the sky. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, bend your knee back to warrior two. Stay for your inhale, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, side angle, right hand down, left arm overhead. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands to the floor to frame your foot, hinge forward. Inhale, hop your back foot up, lift your torso halfway. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms towards the sky, single-legged mountain. Exhale, plant your foot, hands to heart center. Inhale, send your arms towards the sky. Exhale, choose your bind. Inhale, lift your heart, optional back bend. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release your hands, plant them, and take your flow. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, spin your back heel down. Inhale, lift up, reach your hands over the horizon, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your front leg, reach your left arm towards the sky. Inhale, find your back bend, reach back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to stay, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, lift up, warrior two. Exhale, windmill your hands to the floor, frame your foot, hinge forward. Inhale, hop your back foot off the mat, lift your torso halfway, warrior three. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose. Inhale, lift up, reach your arms to the sky, single-legged mountain. Exhale, release your foot, release your hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down. Chair pose. Throw your shoulders together on your back. Point your heart towards the wall in front of you. Option to find a gentle pulse. You can also reach your arms alongside your ear. Good, keep it going. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your hands. Hop or step back, take your flow. We meet in downward facing dog. Pause there or in child's pose for about 5 full rounds of breath. Find the option that feels right for you today. If you've made your way to child's pose, make your way back to downward facing dog. We'll inhale, stretch your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Again, spin your back heel to the floor. We'll take the right hand to the inside of your foot and inhale your left arm to the sky. Good, exhale, bring your left hand to your hip. Stay facing the side wall. We'll walk the back foot in just a bit, maybe the front foot in, to shorten your stance. If you have a block, right hand on your block on the outside of your pinky toe. We'll inhale, lift up your back heel and hop your back foot up off the mat. Half moon. You can move your block wherever it feels most comfortable or more supportive. Option to reach your left arm towards the sky if you'd like it. Or take a quad stretch by bending your top knee. And if you have the quad stretch, release it. Big inhale, stretch. Good, exhale, release your foot to the back of your mat. Come back to warrior two. We'll inhale, lengthen your right leg, reach your right arm to the sky. And exhale, find your back bend again, flush your hip. Take a few breaths. Big inhale here. And exhale, windmill. Your left hand to the mat, your right hand to your hip. Take your block again, or you can place your fingertips forward. If you have your block, face it forward towards the top left corner of your mat. We'll inhale, hop your left foot off the floor again. And this time, look to your right. Turn your chest to the right so your shoulders stack. Option to stay here or reach your right arm towards the sky. Revolved half moon. Of course, you can also take a quad stretch here if you want it. Find your breath. If you have that quad stretch, inhale to release it. Exhale, plant your foot to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to the ground and send your right foot back. Take your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Oh, feels good to open the hips, open the shoulders. Inhale, stretch your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Spin your back heel down to the mat. This time you'll bring your left hand to the inside of your foot. And inhale, reach your right arm towards the sky, side angle. Exhale, bring your right hand to your hip. You can reach your left fingertips outside of your left pinky or on top of your block. Slide your back foot in. And inhale, hop your foot up off the floor. Stack your hips. Let's back up just a little bit. I always run into my closet. Good. If you want it, reach that right arm towards the sky. Or find that quad stretch. Take a few breaths here. If you have that quad stretch, inhale. Release the foot, stretch it back. Exhale, bend your left knee, send your foot back to warrior two. We'll inhale, lengthen your left leg, reach your left arm high. And exhale, find your back bend. Keep drawing your tailbone down. We're flushing out the hips to make more room for more strength. Take a few more breaths here. One more inhale, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, we'll bring the left hand to your hip. Windmill your right fingertips to the floor. Square your hips. And if you have that block, towards the right edge of your mat. Or fingertips on the floor. Inhale, hop your right foot up off the mat. And turn your chest to the left. As you exhale, option to reach your left arm towards the sky. Revolved half moon. And if you want it, take the foot for your quad stretch. See if you can find your breath. If you have that quad stretch, inhale, release it. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back and take your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Take your feet nice and wide as your mat. Exhale, release your forearms down to the floor for a nice wide-legged dolphin. Let's inhale, shrug your shoulders towards your ears again. Exhale, melt your heart towards your mat. You're welcome to stay here. If this doesn't feel quite right, you can bring your knees down to the mat if you'd like. If you want a little bit more, you can walk your feet towards the center of your mat. So your feet are together. You can practice inhaling one leg up towards the sky. Exhale to release it. Inhale the other leg towards the sky. And exhale, release. Stay there for a few more breaths in your dolphin. And inhale, walk your feet wide again if they aren't already. Exhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Bring your big toes to touch, your heels an inch apart. Inhale, lift your heels nice and high. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and hop or step to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Ooh, I'm sweating. Inhale, sweep your arms high. Exhale, bend your knees, shift your hips back and down. Chair pose. And we'll inhale, lift up, lift your left leg too as you come up for that single-legged mountain. Hands are at heart center. Option to keep them here. I'm gonna back up just a little bit. If you'd like to, you can reach down for the bottom of your foot and interlace your fingers there. Draw your knee up towards the line of your shoulder. You're welcome to stay here or kick your leg out in front of you. Head to big toe pose. If you have more space here, bend your elbows and draw your forehead towards your shin. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, send your foot down. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the sky. Exhale, fold over your legs. Take a moment and ragdoll. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Let your torso shift side to side. Then release your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back and down, chair pose. Inhale, lift up, right foot comes up this time. Grip the floor with your toes. Option, exhale, reach underneath your foot, interlace your fingers. Keep your hips square, draw your knee as high as you can. An option to stay or kick. Just a few breaths here, find the level that's right for you. Inhale, point your heart forward. Exhale, bend the knee, release the foot. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Good. Exhale, find your bind. Either interlace your fingers or reverse prayer. Fingertips up, shoulders back. Heart towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen your legs. Exhale, turn towards the long edge of your mat and take your feet nice and wide. Toes in, heels slightly out. Inhale, point your heart towards the sky. And exhale, fold in. Option to keep your bind or release it, your choice. Wide-legged forward fold. Whether you have reverse prayer or fingers interlaced, see if you can draw your shoulders back and together. And point your heart towards your mat. Stay grounded through all four corners of your feet. Keep softening your belly. Find a few more breaths here. Release your hands if you've got any binds. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your left knee nice and deep. Plant your hands on the floor. Find a nice deep stretch in your inner thighs. If you'd like, you can turn your toes out and sit your hips down. Maybe take your hands off the floor for a few breaths. Bring them to heart center. My hips are a little tight today, so I don't think that's going to happen for me. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, hands down. Straighten your left leg and hinge forward again. Find that center position. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend your right knee this time. Lengthen your left leg, any amount. Good, and find the depth of pose that's right for you today. Maybe you lift your hands off the floor and bring them to prayer. hands to the ground. Inhale, lift up, straighten your leg, back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Grab hold of opposite elbows for a nice wide ragdoll. Option to swing side to side or just hang out in the center, your choice. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And plant your fingers down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, heel toe, your feet closer together, toes out, heels in. Inhale, point your heart forward. And exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down nice and low. Elbows to your inner thighs, palms to prayer. If it doesn't feel quite right to come down this low, you're welcome to sit on a block or any amount of pillows you'd like. Draw your knees nice and wide with your elbows and point your heart towards the wall in front of you. Take a few more breaths here. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, we'll slowly release your hips down to your mat. Got a lot of sweat coming down. Inhale, stretch your arms towards the wall in front of you. Then exhale, slowly roll down all the way to your back. Send your feet up into the air so they're nice and long. I want you to reach up with your hands between your feet. It's an alternate reaching as if you're pulling up yourself up an imaginary rope. Find your breath. If having your legs up doesn't feel right, then you can always plant your feet on the ground. Find your breath here. I know we're doing abs. It's easy to hold your breath, but stay with those long inhales and your long exhales. We're almost there. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. We'll exhale, bring the bottoms of your feet together and bring the outer edges of your feet to the ground. Knees nice and wide. Take a few moments to enjoy this nice deep stretch in your inner thigh. Option to grab hold of opposite elbows to find more stretch in your shoulders. Reach down with your hands, bring your thighs together. Inhale, stretch your arms up and back again. Then exhale, roll forward, sit up all the way. I'm gonna have you bring your left shin across the front of your mat. I'll show you by facing you. Left shin across the front of your mat, right thigh parallel with that. Inhale, walk your hands in front of your shin, lift your heart. And exhale, fold forward over your leg. Deer pose. Remember to deepen your breath here. See if you can soften your shoulders as you hold.
Flying on a jet plane, sipping on some champagne, yeah. Plan on making memories, cruising in a Bentley, yeah. Can we leave all of the past behind? Oh, everything looks better in your eyes. Take me back to
Inhale, lift up to your hands. See if you can draw your left heel in a little closer to your right hip. As you exhale, you're going to hop your right foot over the top of your left leg. Reach your left arm around and bring your right hand behind you. Press onto the floor, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, deepen your twist. See if you can draw your right hip towards the floor as you twist. unwind, stretch your legs out towards the front. You're going to exhale, switch sides for your deer pose. So right shin parallel to the top of your mat and left thigh parallel to that. Right, and inhale, walk your hands towards the front of your shin, lift your heart. Exhale, lower your forearms down to the mat, fold over your leg. Remember to stay with your breath. Let your body soften with each exhale. Inhale, walk up to your hands. Draw your left heel closer to your right hip, or your right heel closer to your left hip. And exhale, hop your left leg over the top. Reach around with your right arm. Plant your left hand, big inhale, lengthen, and exhale, deepen your twist. One hip might be tighter than the other. As you can see, my hip is kind of off the mat. The goal is to slide it closer, as close as possible towards the floor. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, extend both feet out in front of you. You're welcome to have a slight bend in your knees. And if you know you have tight hamstrings, you can put blocks or pillows underneath your knees. Inhale, lean forward. You can grab hold of your ankles, your shins, or your feet. Lift your heart. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, roll yourself up gently. Exhale, slide your hips forward. Again, we'll bring the left heel underneath your right hip, so your knee points forward. And inhale, walk your forearms down. You can exhale, lean back. And then you can either keep your right foot planted or stretch your right leg out towards the wall in front of you. Just relax your arms. You can bring your hands to your belly or bring your arms along your sides, your choice. This is a great stretch for your inner thigh as well as your quad. Inhale, unwind your left leg. Draw your knee in towards your chest. And exhale, take your knee across your body. You can reach your left arm out to the side for a twist. You can keep your chest facing the ceiling. And soften your shoulders towards the mat. And inhale, return to center. Stretch your arms overhead. We'll exhale, rock forward, sit up. Ooh. This time, draw your right heel toward underneath your left hip. So your right knee points forward. Walk your hands back. Inhale, lower down to your forearms. Exhale, slide onto your back. Option to keep your left foot planted or stretch your left leg out in front of you. Whew, you can feel those hip flexors stretching out. Option to bring your arms by your sides. You can relax your hands on your belly or put them anywhere else that makes sense. And then deepen your breath. If this feels like an intense stretch, see if you can avoid adding extra tension. Be softening with each new round of breath. Inhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a nice hug. And exhale, draw your knee across your body. Send your right arm out behind you. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, return to center. Shift your hips back to the center. And as you exhale, stretch both legs out in front of you as wide as your mat. Turn your palms to face the ceiling, arms alongside your torso. Take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, soften everything. Release the tension in your entire body. We'll move into final Shavasana. If you haven't already, flutter your eyes closed and begin to deepen your breath. Allow any sounds to fade into the background and any thoughts, set them aside for now. Enjoy these few minutes of peace, and in just a bit, I will bring you back. Inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Exhale, roll your wrists, roll your ankles, and shake your head from side to side. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, walk your feet in towards your torso and roll to one side. Rest your head on your arm. We'll stay for a breath or two. When you're ready, gently press yourself to a comfortable seated position. We'll close our practice with a round of breath together. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale all the air from your belly. Then inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Connect your palms at the top. Exhale, hands to your heart. May your life be filled with peace, with joy, with love, and with light. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice.